for being here today. We are so excited to be hosting this historic Diamond Bar Windmill dedication. But before we get started, I would like to introduce my colleagues, Mayor Pro Tem Steve Ty and Council Member Jack Tanaka. Diamond Bar City Manager Jim DeStefano, who worked tirelessly to make this dedication possible and to get agreement from R.O.I.C, Jim DeStefano. And our Deputy City Manager Ryan McLean. We also have former Mayor John Forbing and former Mayor Ron Everett. From Don Kanabe's office, we have Lauren Yokomiso. And from Congressman Ed Royce's office, we have Stephanie Yu. We also have some of our commissioners here, Kim Shea, Peter Piritano, and Lou Herndon. And Ted Mock. Ken. This week he's Ken. Okay, and we also have various members of the Diamond Bar Lions Club who are responsible for the dedication plaque that you currently see on the windmill. That was dedicated in 2003. And we have members of the Diamond Bar Historical Society who partnered with the Diamond Bar Breakfast Lions, and thank you for doing that. Thank you everybody for being here. This has been a city council goal for a number of years to get this windmill preserved and dedicated. For many of you who are new to the area, it's probably hard for you to picture what this area used to look like as a Diamond Bar ranch, a cattle ranch. And it was a ranch for more than a century, from the 1840s to 1950 when it was sold to Transamerica. During that time, the land changed hands a few times, and livestock varied from cattle, and I remember the longhorn cattle crashing their horns in the hills, to prize hogs, and in the later years, fine purebred Arabian horses. Windmills like the one we are dedicating today were used throughout the area to pump water for irrigation, livestock, and other ranch operations. We don't know the total number of windmills the ranch had, but we do know that this windmill was in operation between 1918 and 1956. And today we have Mr. Bartolome, who grew up on this ranch and remembers the different windmills in the different camps as they were numbered. This windmill was located originally 200 yards away from where it stands today. And I'm sorry that Don Uri, who was the vice president of Transamerica, is not here today, because we wanted to particularly thank him for being primarily responsible for relocating it from where it was to this location here. And I can remember the cover of one of the Windmill magazines that said, I think, "Thank you, Samus, for helping erect it and preserve it." And Samus might have been the shopping center owner at the time. Wow, I actually do remember that. So we are grateful that it took many years and many people to help preserve it. And while this windmill no longer pumps water, it remains a proud reminder of our ranch past, an icon of great significance and historic value, and has become a symbol that is now identified with Diamond Bar. It's part of our official city logo on our badges here. It's on the cover of the Windmill magazine, Diamond Bar's oldest publication, which originated in 1962 and recently celebrated their 50th anniversary. And it's on the masthead of DB Connection, the city's monthly newsletter, and it's also the name of the community room within City Hall on the first floor. The windmill is also a key feature design element of our Grand Avenue beautification project, which will ultimately be incorporated throughout the city to give Diamond Bar a welcoming and cohesive look. And so as we start that construction along Diamond Bar Boulevard, you'll see new monuments erected, and it's really going to be nice. I want to take a few minutes to thank all the individuals who contributed time and effort to get us to this point, starting with Don Uri. Even though he's not here, I think he should be publicly thanked, and John Forbing here speaks with him often, and so if you would come, John, and accept a plaque that we have for Don Uri. Which says, in recognition and gratitude for his preservation and installation of the historic windmill for the Diamond Bar community, presented by the Diamond Bar City Council, November 20th, 2014. And if you would see to it that Don Uri gets that, we appreciate that.
Don was the one with the Capital Corporation branch of Transamerica that sold all the property. And about the time that this lot was sold, the property right behind for the houses was sold also. And he had the windmill picked up and laid in the lot across the street and had it reinforced. And then when this center was finished, he had it installed here. So we wouldn't have any remnants of history if it wasn't for Don Uri.
And in addition to Don, credit is also due to the Diamond Bar Historical Society. And I'm going to ask John Forbing to come up again, because if it were not for the Historical Society, who worked very hard to preserve in John's garage many years ago all these wonderful photos that we have from the past, from the early years, we would like to present this plaque to the Diamond Bar Historical Society in recognition and gratitude for its ongoing efforts to ensure the preservation of the historic Diamond Bar Windmill, presented by the Diamond Bar City Council, November 20th. Thank you very much. We are very grateful. Thank you.
Just say a couple more words. Marilyn Kiefer and Kathleen New were on the original committee. I'm sure there's others of you that were involved with the Historical Society when we started it back in '91. And it's been a lot of fun. But right now, we wouldn't have a whole lot of what's going on in the community without Marcia Roa. I don't even know what she does at City Hall, but she is so important for all of the historical documents that the community has. She's arranged all of it being put together, categorized, and that is a real tough mess to get through, is putting everything together. So I want to give full credit to Marcia Roa.
So we owe a lot of gratitude to a lot of people. Next, I'd like to thank the members of the Diamond Bar Breakfast Lions Club for their effort to recognize the windmill as an important part of Diamond Bar history. And as I referenced, they were responsible, along with the Historical Society, of putting the plaque, which gives the whole history of Diamond Bar and the ranches. And we thank them for their efforts, and I'd like to present this to President Sergio Gonzalez and to Jack Tanaka.
Thank you very much, Mayor Ferrara. This isn't Sergio Gonzalez. This is Steve Johnson. He's one of our longest members in our club, 30 plus years. several times as president, and served as in many other offices as well. Steve and I were here when the project first started, and we're happy to see it complete to this phase now. Just another note on Don Uri. Don Uri was a charter member of the Diamond Bar Breakfast Lions Club back in 1975 and remained an active member for over 20 years before he decided to retire. Also with us this morning is our district governor for this geographic area, District Governor Gil Smith, a Lion for many years, and him and his wife both are Lions Club members of the Pomona Host Lions Club, but are members of the Diamond Bar community, so they both reside here in Diamond Bar. So on behalf of the Diamond Bar Breakfast Lions Club and all of our members that are here today, I'd like to say thank you to all the members that showed up today and were behind this project to see it through. Thank you very much.
Do you want to say anything, Steve?
I think Jack said it beautiful.
Okay. Would all the members of the Lions Club stand, please, that are here? Okay, thank you again to all of you. This shopping center was sold to R.O.I.C. Organization company, and Richard Schobel is the chief operating officer of Retail Opportunity Investments Corporation. And we owe Richard a special debt of gratitude. It was he who facilitated the process for the City Council to enter into a long-term maintenance and preservation agreement with R.O.I.C. and the owners of the Diamond Bar Towne Center. And I know that Mr. DeStefano worked long and hard to meet with Richard Schobel and to get this agreement. It was approved by the City of Diamond Bar and by R.O.I.C. And so here we are today, assured that this windmill will be preserved and protected and not tossed aside when ownership changes. And joining us now is Richard Schobel, who is Chief Operating Officer for R.O.I.C. And I know that Jim has worked long and hard, and maybe Jim, you'd like to say a few words about how wonderfully they cooperated with the city as compared to other owners in the past.
You're doing a great job there.
And we are very grateful that R.O.I.C. purchased the shopping center, and grateful that you agreed to work with the city to provide the city an easement for the maintenance and preservation. And so we would like to thank you in an official way by presenting this Diamond Bar plaque to you. To Richard Schobel, Chief Operating Officer from the Retail Opportunity Investment Corporation, with appreciation for his support of the ongoing preservation of the historic Diamond Bar Windmill, from the Diamond Bar City Council, presented this day, November 20th. Thank you again. This means a great deal to the city council, and to many of the residents that are here today. Thank you very much for you facilitating this happening.
Thank you very much. Retail Opportunity Investments Corporation, this is the exact type of property that we like to own. The soon-to-be grocery, hopefully, and all these other daily necessity type of tenants that provide everyday essentials to the community. And we were very pleased to be able to work with Jim and the city in getting this easement done, so that this, what I understand, is the only remaining windmill in the city of Diamond Bar can be preserved for generations to come. And we're very proud to be part of the community. We also own the shopping center down the street with the H Mart, and we look forward to a very long relationship and successful one. Thank you so much for this recognition.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being here today. So Thank you again, all of you. This has been a long road and a lot of work by a lot of people to get us to this point. We are grateful to all of you for all the parts that everybody played. And I hope you've enjoyed this presentation and this dedication. And I invite you now to, oh, you want to say some more? Never, yeah, former mayors just love to.
Many of you have probably seen this Diamond Bar Ranch sign at the anniversary party. It was in front of Don Stokes' office back in the 60s and 70s. I'd like to have Bill Bartholomew say a few words about where that sign was on the ranch and any other little things he wants to talk about.
Thank you. I also want to echo our thanks for the Historical Society. It really means a lot to me, especially I come over here and I see the sign here, Diamond Bar sign. There's a picture in the back of the entrance to Camp 1. When I was living here, it was Camp 1, Camp 2 to 4. So that's how we knew the main camp. The horse ranch was Camp 2, and we had Camp 3 on this area, and then Spadra was Camp 4. I remember waiting for the bus, the school bus, right where Camp 1 sign is. That used to be Bray Canyon Road, where the freeway is now. When I was living here, a car on Bray Canyon Road was a novelty. I mean, you know, it's a stranger. So that was way back. I was 5 when I moved to the ranch. Had an 8,000 acre backyard. So I really enjoyed things. Had my horse. So windmills, signs, and you know, it just brings back a lot of memory. So thank you very much.
And thank you, Bill Bartolome, for joining us today on this historic occasion. All right, that concludes all our presentations, and so I would invite all of you to join us for some refreshments. And again, thank you to everybody who played a significant role in making today a reality. And thank you all for being here and attending this event. Thank you.